Can you help me?
I was gonna, yes. Cheers. Welcome to Bad Girlfriends. You should know by now, but I'm Janessa.
And I'm Dana.
And today, what are we talking about? What are we getting into?
Dating.
Oh, yeah.
And before we get to dating, I have to vent about something very quickly.
Okay.
Metro transit.
In LA?
I will never
Basura.
use the bus situation here. So I was waiting on the bus to go to work, and we're sitting there, and this man is crossing the street, throws himself in front of the bus, on the bus, and then lays down and tries to say the bus hit him. So we were stuck there for 45 minutes.
You didn't just get off the bus, you stayed up. This is your first time using public transit in
Yes,
LA.
yes.
That's crazy.
What was I going to call? I mean, I guess I could have called an Uber, but
I don't know. I haven't taken public transit here.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Will not.
So after that I decided I'm maybe not a public
Transit
girl.
girly?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Don't take public transit.
Do it. So this is our public service, our public transit PSA.
I've heard some horror stories. Yeah.
Well, it was crazy because then we had to wait for the police because this guy was laying in front of the bus and wouldn't move.
He really said that he got hit?
Yeah. The poor bus driver, it was almost like he was giving off energy that it was like, not again. Like, not another crazy. It was I was late for work. I was flustered. I was triggered. I was all the things.
I was triggered.
Anyways, how to get that out of the way.
No, yeah. It's important. If you're going to take us out, we might shit talk about LA traffic and Teslas, but we'd rather you pick us up in a Tesla than tell us to take the bus. Dating in LA is its own beast.
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you use? Do you meet people the old-fashioned way?
I did use it all. Yeah, because the first guy I dated out here, I met organically. It was a friend of a friend.
So you met him in the wild?
Yeah, I met him at a party. But he ended up sucking.
Oh.
And, because his...
Shocker.
I know his nickname was Valet Guy. Because on our, first or second date, he got so drunk that he yelled at the valet. And I was so embarrassed that he was calling the valets a loser. And I was like, you're a loser. What the... Get in the car and stop talking. And...
I can't believe you just didn't leave him.
Well, he was so drunk,
Oh, you're a good person.
I felt bad. And I thought the valet might jump him if I left him.
Wow, that's how bad he was?
He was being so rude.
Oh my God.
And we weren't even getting in his car. We were getting in my car. So his nickname was Valet Guy. The second guy I dated, I met on Bumble.
Okay, dating apps is my realm. No, mix.
I feel like you're more dating apps though than I am.
Well, this is true. I do it for the plot sometimes.
Yeah. Well, then he was fine. He was on some reality TV show, but where he worked was what his nickname was, and I won't say it because it's not a good look.
I have nicknames for any person I talk to.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's because I don't want to get attached to them, or maybe because I find it funny. I really don't know.
I think it's both. I think it creates a barrier where it's not going to go further than the nickname, but it's also funny to keep them in your life. I mean, I'm going out with Valet Guy tonight, and you're like, oh, why? But why?
What's some of the nicknames you've given people since you've started dating here?
Besides
Valet Guy, because that one's good.
I'll say one was, and it's going to sound bad, but it's not literal. But his nickname was Eat My Poopy. It was because of where he worked at the time. The food wasn't very good, so.
Okay, so we have Eat My Poopy. That sounds so fourth grade. I love it.
I know, and we were like. To my friends.
Did he know?
No.
They never know.
They
You
never
will never
know.
Well, after this episode, you're gonna know.
Might.
I think people will watch this and end up knowing who they are.
Well, and I think I only have one guy where his nickname is his real name because he goes by his nickname.
Oh, wow.
What are some of yours? I can't.
Oh, I have some. Good
I know.
ones.
So you've dated more than I have out here. Well, I did have
It just doesn't go anywhere in LA. It doesn't go anywhere, but I will go on dates with people, and I don't know. If you see someone more than 2 times, I feel like it's a situationship because that's a lot.
It is. Well, and then I did like see someone for like 8 or 9 months, so that was like a relationship.
Mine are so ridiculous.
They're funny though.
Okay, we have Dilfy.
Ooh, I love Dilfy.
We have Bald. These are obvious reasons, I think. Devil. White boy. I'm not talking to these people all at the same time. I should really put that out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's been different periods of time. There was Dorky David, and I'm so sorry. That one has his real name in it. He was really nice, and I liked him, and I thought he was cute, but he was just so dorky. He was so hot, but so dorky that his name suited him.
Well, and then for me, I have like the literal ones too, like the Brit and the Aussie. And like, it has nothing to do with anything, just they were British, and the other one was Australian.
One guy, I called him Eyebrows, because he had like his eyebrows, I don't know. It's very literal things, but they will not be saved in my phone as their name.
Absolutely
No,
not. You
you're
don't
not.
get that for a while.
You're lucky if I save your number.
I was just going to say that.
I like nicknames.
I do too.
I don't tell them,
No.
but they deserve stupid nicknames because they're stupid.
Just know if you have a nickname in the group chat, it's not going much farther than the group chat.
Yeah.
I think if we ever start any story with "he's in love with me," all of our man friends are shocked.
Anytime I say he's in love with me, I know he's not in love with me. I want to make that very clear. I am happily delusional as fuck.
Oh yeah, we all live in a Delulu.
Yeah, I'm Delulu, and I like to be. It's funny. I'll go out with people on a date, and this is so bad. If I hang out with them more than once when we're out, I'll introduce them to other people as my ex-boyfriends. I'll be like, yeah, I'm just hanging out with my ex-boyfriend. And they go along with it. They're like, yeah, we're exes. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. And I think they think it's funny, but I'm like, it's just because in the future, we will be exes.
We will.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I keep telling one of my exes that we're going to get married when we're 60 if we're both not in prison.
Okay. Oh, that's a good goal.
And then he said, well, shit, maybe even if we are.
I mean, at least you're in the same state of mind. If you're both in prison, you can get married happily knowing that, like, no one's going to cheat on anybody for however long you're in there.
10 to 15.
That is a commitment.
You're committing to getting committed.
I do like to meet people out in the wild, though. That way they can't catfish you.
Well, that's how I met the one guy that I actually dated for a minute. Is he came in.
This is not ballet guy, right?
No, this is not him. Though we did not. To be clear, me and him did not ever. We went on like 2 or 3 dates. After that valet situation, I was like, no. But the other guy that I actually dated, that I met out in the wild, I hit on him. I was getting off work, and I was like, and it was just him in the bar, and I really wanted to, like, I think the next day I was off. So I was like ready to rage. And I was like,
You needed a raging partner.
yeah. But I like thought he was really cute, and I also thought he had very nice teeth.
That is a big one.
Like, are you okay? You look tired, because he'd been coming in for a while at this point. And he goes, oh, I just got back from Paris. And I was like, France? Dang, I'd be tired too. He goes, no, Paris, California.
You know, I thought,
and I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
okay, but he should have prefaced that. That's his bad.
I also feel like he probably thought I was stupid after that.
Okay, but if you're not from California.
And so then, like, fast forward a couple weeks later, and I was like, what are you doing when I get off work? And he goes,
I love the boldness.
Yeah, and I was like behind the bar. I was like, what are you doing when I get off work? And he goes, this. And I go, do you want to have a drink with me? And he was like, sure. And then, so then I sat down next to him and I had my shift drink with him. And then some of my buddies texted me. They were at another bar, and I go, do you want to go to this bar with me? And he goes, yeah, meet you. I'm like, I was so crazy. I don't know what came over me, and I was just like, okay. And then we went to the other bar, and then we decided to leave, and then we never, like, we were with each other 24/7 for the next, like, 6 months.
That's crazy.
I even went to his house for Christmas, his grandma's house for Christmas.
You met the grandma?
I've met his whole family.
Oh, it was serious.
You can also see what they're like.
Yes, your mannerisms.
Like, yeah, like, it's easy to almost catfish people and how you are.
Yeah.
But if you meet someone out in the wild, it's so much easier to, like, see how they are in real life as opposed to
1000%.
like
how they
me
interact
texting
with other
me.
people.
Yeah, like it's easy for you to sit on your couch and respond to my stupid witty comments, but like, are you gonna respond the same when I'm face to face with you?
Yeah. I feel like most people just want to, so on dating apps, at least I think this is true. I feel like most people match with you, they talk to you, but no one's like, hey, should we meet up? Like, what's the point of having a text conversation if we're not just going to see if the chemistry works in person?
Right.
I want to know quickly if it's going to work or not. Can you handle my humor, or do I insult you?
That's important.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
I don't want to always insult you, but...
For me, it's, can you handle my weirdness? Or, like, I'm weird. Like, I am.
I don't think you're that... Well, maybe I'm weird with you.
Yeah. I mean, one of the time this guy in Bumble was like...
Is this when I helped you with messages?
Yeah, when he was like, what's your 5-year plan? I said, to not die and not go to prison.
Not die, not go to prison.
What else? What else? The other guy. I said something about Dateline. Oh, I asked.
Yes.
Ooh, this is my. I asked guys what their favorite episode of Dateline is.
It's an important question.
If you don't know who Keith Morrison is, lose my number.
Lose her number, because you will not make it down the aisle. Imagine you're
Keith Morrison presiding my wedding.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
Keith, I love you.
Your love for Keith.
You're my favorite Dateline investigative journalist.
Wow.
Well, on my birthday, this guy was like, what else do you want for your birthday other than Taco Bell? And I was like, if you could get Keith Morrison to show up, like, that would be the best.
Yeah, I like hitting on people. I think it's funny.
I think it's funny. I think it can be funny both ways because, like, if you hit on someone and not expecting to go anywhere, then you're just as shocked as they are. You're like, oh, you do want to hang out? Okay, I guess now we got to do this, you know? And you're, like, in the moment. You can't, like, back out and be like, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Like, in a text, you're like, okay, let's go to another bar.
I do it. I hit on people expecting it fully not to work. Like, I think they're just going to laugh at it and walk away. But the amount of times, girlies, hit on them if you think they're cute.
No,
say hi, and men will be like,
do you know who I hit on, too? The Brit.
You
okay. I did.
If you're gonna talk to international people, you need to hit on them.
And the Aussie. I hit on all of them.
I hit on Frenchie. Frenchie was another nickname.
You did hit on Frenchie.
I did hit on Frenchie. That went so well.
Honestly, I'm shooting hundos here. If I'm hitting on people, I'm sorry, but...
I'm actually really proud of the one. Okay, so there was this cute little French man. He's not little. Cute French. Not little. But French man, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to hit on him, but I didn't realize he was from France, didn't speak
English
proper
well.
English. Like, it was, like, pretty good.
Like, broken English.
Yeah, and he was, like, practicing it more. But I knew one thing in French, so I went up to him, like, oh, we're talking, like, you're from France?
He's Paris?
Yeah.
France?
Paris. And I was like, okay, this is cute. I love a foreign man. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know something in French. And he was like, oh, you do? All impressed, like I could speak French. And then I hit him with, voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Oh my God, now you...
C'est ça. Yes, because Moulin Rouge is the only French thing I know.
You asked for a threesome, did you know?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know what I was saying. I just said it. And he laughed and thought it was funny. And then we dated for a little bit, like LA date, so it was never serious. But
like 3 months.
Yeah, like we hung out for a little bit while he was here, so...
That's fun, though.
It works.
Actually, one of the best thing about these international places is they leave. And they leave. Aussie, already gone. Brit lives here, so that's
Brit
whatever.
lives here,
but Aussie, gone.
Gone. I love a fling.
It's a nice little fling while they're here, but, like, they're not here for long.
No. So you make the best of it. It ends on a great note.
And they leave. And then also, you got a place to stay when you go to their country.
It ends on such a good note. It's not like hitting someone up where it ended bad and you're like,
because you know there's an end date. Like, you know they're leaving on this, like they can't miss their flight. Their visa expires. Like, they gotta go.
I like to call it expiration dating.
Expiration dating.
Because you know, and you're gonna leave it on such a fun note that it'll always be a good memory.
And when they come back, we'll always hit you up. And if you have a planned trip to go, like, I'm gonna hit up the Aussie if we go to Sydney for your birthday. Are we gonna talk about why you only go on Bumble? Are we gonna touch on that?
Yeah, we can touch on that. Sure. Go ahead.
Because I do both. I go on Bumble and Hinge, but
I am banned from Hinge for life. It's not exactly my fault.
And it didn't happen the way they're saying it happened.
Yeah, no. This is on fact, on paper. Let the record show that I am banned from Hinge for soliciting. So this sounds bad already, but
it's not what happened.
I was soliciting for people to be on this project I was working on for, like, dating. It wasn't me soliciting, like, money or anything.
Yeah, or anything.
I know.
Like, really.
I just liked the Hinge clientele. I think that they're, like, more fun and I don't know. There's something about Hinge people. that low-key, they have, like, a higher education level. I really feel like... I think I've
And
talked
Bumble people?
Yeah, no, fuck Bumble. I'm sorry, Bumble, you're the one I have to use now, but... And I will say, one of my first serious relationships came from Hinge, so maybe that's why I like it. But yeah, banned for life. And I want to say most people that I asked to be on my little dating project said, yeah, I'd love to. That sounds so cool. So there was one asshole who decided to report me for soliciting.
It's because you turned him down?
I don't know.
Because that seems like a thing that a man would do. Like
It was.
His little dick ego is hurt by you saying, I'm good. And he said, report.
I don't know. Like, maybe they really thought Hinge was going to be their, like, where they find their true love, not somebody asking them to be on a dating show. Either way, banned. So now I'm stuck with Bumble. And my pet peeve is that I usually have to message first. This is really bad. I send the same message to everyone. Unless I'm lit and feel like having fun, I send, hey, with a little girly, like... to all of you. I send it to all of you. Or I message something like outlandish, because why would I just start a conversation with, what's up, how are you?
Oh, I always ask, what's your favorite Dateline episode?
I think that's perfect. Something crazy like that makes, like, it sets the energy tones. And then if you decide to message back when I send a crazy message, I'm like, oh, we should definitely meet up. Like I did one time. Also, I'm going to tell them what I did.
Oh.
This is... so what I really like to do after, like, because Dana and I, we go out a lot. We have friends. We go out a lot. We do a lot of things.
We have friends.
We have friends other than each other.
Each other, yeah.
We go out a lot, and I refuse to stay home or just become one of those people that's in a relationship that doesn't do anything. So instead, I invite my Bumble dates out sometimes while my friends are there.
Actually, I low-key feel like this has, like, worked for us. Like,
It has.
our friend who's brought the guy she's been hanging out with out, and we
yeah.
actually love him, and he's fun, and, I mean, they're, like, seeing each other something serious, but, like, when he comes out with us, it's fun.
He's fun, yeah.
He's fun.
He
and,
knows
like,
who she hangs out with. He's cool with it. He knows
he
what
got
he's
me
getting
involved
into.
in a dance battle once.
Did he really?
At the Lincoln, yeah.
Oh,
with the guy
that's
with the
great.
light-up shoes, remember?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I forgot
And
the
that
light-up
was
shoes.
him. He was like, Dana. And I was like, say less.
I want
Like-
you to see that what you're getting into is a little bit chaotic.
But that's why I love him. He was like,
But it's fun.
He like got me in a dance battle, and I was like, oh yeah, I love this.
And if
for
you can come out with me and all my friends and still want to hang out with me after that,
and we still want to hang out with you,
you
you
it's
win.
probably gonna
You
work
win.
out.
You win.
Because we don't like everybody, if that's not obvious.
No, that's scary. I feel like it's true.
We'll be like, oh, he's weird.
Do you remember one of the first times we hung out? We were at the
Where?
Pump closing party,
Oh, okay.
and it was like me, you, like all the most of the girls.
Yeah, all our girl gang.
Our girl gang, and me and this other girl, we were like getting over the guys we'd been with, and we showed Janessa pictures of both of them, and she goes, to our one friend, she goes, he's ugly, so you should be able to get over him quickly.
Ow!
And then she hands me my phone, and she goes, unfortunately for you, Dana, he's kind of hot. And I'm like,
so sorry.
both of us were like, thank you, Janessa.
I just talked to my friend who's like probably marrying some guy, and I didn't remember saying this. I do say outlandish shit to my friend. I'm sorry.
It's like,
it was funny though.
It's not to me. You should be apologizing to. You told me my ex is hot. Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If they're ugly,
I know,
they're
I
ugly.
know.
Like, whatever. But my friend was just on the phone with me in the car, and she's like, "Yeah, I told, future husband that you said I should get him to sign a prenup." I go, "Why would you share that with him?" Also, don't remember saying it to her.
Also, always sign a prenup.
Always sign the prenup.
Do you know who taught me that?
Who?
Nick and Jessica.
Okay.
Because when they first got married, they, you know who I'm talking about.
I do
Nick
not.
Lachey and Jessica Simpson.
Okay, I didn't know who you were talking.
When they first got married, he was more famous than she was.
Oh.
So he made her sign a prenup. And then when they got divorced, she was more famous than he was.
Oh my God.
So she actually got to keep a lot of her money because the prenup was based on his money, not her money.
That's awesome. Always sign the prenup, especially.
Or have one drawn up at
you
least.
never know what's gonna happen or how much you're gonna be worth.
And it's not. Everyone says a prenup is like you're preparing for your marriage to end, but I think you're just protecting your assets and everything you earned.
Yeah, you will only see the worst side of somebody when you're going through a divorce with them.
100%.
Everything you think that they won't do to you.
They will. 100% will do.
I'm a child of divorce, so
I'm
trust
not,
me on
but
this one.
I know.
People can get
People
real
are mean.
vicious.
Well, I've lived with a significant other. Even living with someone and not being married to them is
It's a lot. It's a lot.
not It's not great.
It's not great.
It's not great.
At least you can still back out easily when you're just dating someone.
But when you're dating someone, you start destroying stuff. Like, oh my god, that was me.
That sounds crazy.
That was me.
Luckily,
like
my
many
exes,
years ago, many moons ago.
I have to thank my exes. They never destroyed any of my shit. I probably stole some of their shirts, but other than that,
we lived in this house that was like brand new, and the one thing they asked us not to do was destroy the floors. He came home with his new girlfriend because we still lived together.
Oh my god! So wait, this is an ex you were living with. You guys broke up,
and we were still living together. And
he had the audacity to bring the new girl
on
over
my birthday.
Oh my god! No, that was a planned attack.
It was because my friends texted him. They said, "Don't come home with your girlfriend tonight because Dana's lit and she's sad about you." He texted them back and was like, "It's my house too, and I can do whatever I want."
Ooh.
And he brings her home. And
Sir.
all hell broke loose. Like, not only was I drunk, but I was angry and I was blackout. So I took this ceramic glass full of pens, and I smashed it on the ground. And there was a dent like this big in the brand new wood in the middle. Like, we could not cover it up because we didn't have a dining room table. We just had an open room. So, like, when we were fighting, I just like took it and I just smashed it, and it didn't break because it was ceramic. It just dented the shit out of the floor, and the pins went everywhere. And then, it was.
She's small but mighty.
I was like 23 years old. I was very young. Like, I wasn't. This was like over 10 years ago. Like,
you live
and you learn.
You learn.
You live and you learn. Maybe don't do that. Ooh. Well, what's your favorite nickname you've ever had for someone?
No, my favorite is Dorky David because it
has his real name and it like describes it.
Yeah, and like there was nothing else wrong with him. His dorkiness was cute. Like it wasn't like it wasn't.
Endearing.
Yeah, it was endearing, exactly. But he was Dorky David, so I don't know.
I think I would rather have Dorky David than the Psycho, which is probably who I am for the one
I
that
don't
I
have
broke.
Any psychos in my phone.
But I'm probably Psycho for that guy that I broke the ceramic mug.
Do you think I'm psycho in someone's phone? No.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's what I always think about too. Like,
I'm probably blocked in a few people's phones.
I'm definitely blocked in a lot of people's phones.
It's only because, okay, that's, I don't think anyone has blocked me recently.
Not recently.
But I will once in a while text them when I'm drunk. But I wake up the next day and don't want to look at my phone, so. That's why I delete their number or put a nickname.
No, I once blocked my ex because I don't remember what I said to him, and I deleted our conversation, and then I unblocked him, and he responded the next day, and I still to this day don't know what I said because I deleted it.
I've done that before. I've sent a message, somebody replied at the same time I deleted it, and then I was crazy enough to say, I was very young. I said, I saw that it was a message, but I couldn't read it. I'm like, what'd you just say? My phone glitched.
Well, I do this thing, and I think you know this. It's like super toxic.
No, us toxic?
Stay toxic. If I get really drunk and I text an ex and they respond, I don't read it for like a week. And I leave it read. Like, it'll say that I have a message for like, I like basically 86 myself from them for like a week. Like, I don't need to be conversing or interacting with them until my shame is gone.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I get really drunk again, I'll go back and, like, see what they responded.
When you're, like, ready for it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, it wasn't that bad. And then I probably will send something 10 times worse.
I do. I'll reread the message in the morning and cringe at myself.
Sometimes you got an 86 yourself.
There was a time Dana and I went out, and I did hit up one of my exes, and then I had to apologize the next day.
Because she gaslighted.
I realized the next day I did, and I felt really bad about it, and I said, hey, sorry, didn't mean to go off, and he was just, like, a little lit. He didn't respond.
She goes,
hurt.
I think I should just block myself.
Yeah, at least I'm aware that what I'm doing is not okay, and I do apologize for it. But sometimes I just gotta block myself from them. So.
But you want to know the worst part? I told one of my situationships about that. And I go, maybe I should just block myself from you starting now. And he goes, I know you, Dana. You'd still find a way.
Email them. Okay, speaking of like email and messages, this brings me to my favorite part of this week. We are doing. What, the
craziest like message we've ever gotten from someone?
Yeah, or the most recent, or one that you like.
One that's like crazy.
So you want to go first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
It's from one of my regulars at my job. He loves me.
Obviously. They obviously love you.
He goes, do you work today? I said, yes, I do. he said, what you're going to do, you're going to marry me. I go, oh, I'm going to marry you, question mark. And this is where it gets dicey. I would get down on my knees for you. Would you do that for me? I'm at another bar, though. Love is coming your way.
Did you leave him unread after that? Yeah. Sometimes you gotta end it.
I said, can't wait to see you in my head.
Okay, so one thing I love to do is go through my hidden messages on Instagram to see what random people are messaging me. So this was one I recently got. And it's connected to stupid Bumble. Saw you on Bumble and thought you were really beautiful. So I figured I should just shoot my shot. It's a great beginning, right? Okay, here we go. I'm a good-looking guy with a big dick and would love to make you squirt sometime. No, I'm not bullshitting you. And yes, I'm a real person. Ha ha. Hit me back if you're interested.
Did you hit him back?
I will not be hitting him back. That's weird. I will not be hitting him back.
No, and also that's a little too much right away. Like,
You think?
what part of me gives you the, what part of you, and I know you very well, and I've seen your profile, like, no part of your profile says talk to me that way.
No.
So,
talk to me nice, not disgusting.
Yeah, so, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. We're gonna end this episode with a PSA of also, males, if you watch this, really think about what you're about to send.
Please think
Just
hard.
Read it out loud to yourself. Run it by your mom if you want.
Maybe run it by your mom,
yeah,
for sure.
That's the test. If she says you should send that, you should send that. She's not going to. Also, don't keep saying hi, hi, hi. If I saw it once and didn't respond, what makes you think the 100th time we're gonna respond?
Hi is boring too.
Yeah, get creative. For the
And
little girl.
don't be trying to be funny and say hey either.
And don't send me 3 Ys. Don't send me. I don't know why. Ever since I was 12, that annoyed the shit out of me. Hey.
Oh my god. All right.
All right. We gotta go. We're getting kicked out.
Cheers.
Cheers.